Hello everyone, welcome back. I brought this little portulacaria afra forest in. These were just all little cuttings that I had left over and stuff, so I decided just to put them all into one pot earlier on in the year. So there's a video of it up somewhere, so if you wanted to see it and check it out, you can go back and find it. So I'm just going to give them a bit of a prune up. I have these in my little greenhouse. I want these little plastic little greenhouses. It only holds a couple of trees, so this is on a shelf in there, and it's hard to get it. I don't want it growing too high because it'll be going through the shelf above, and so I need to keep it pruned back a bit. Plus, I don't want some big long branches coming out of it. So we'll get into it. There's a couple of variegated ones as well in here. There's this one and this one. So we'll have a look and see what we can do. It's just a quick tidy up of it basically. It's a bit wet because I've just watered it. Probably should have done it before I watered it, but not to worry. Okay, so I suppose we'll start with this front tree. Let's just bring it back for now and see what we've got. I kind of want this to be one of the big trees, so just won't go too crazy with it at the start. I want it to kind of, we can always prune back more once you get off the bulk of it. There's a couple of leaves inside here we can take out. We can get into them easy. I was a bit rushed today. I didn't have to work and that. I didn't have time. I was watering the trees and stuff a bit late. I probably shouldn't have bothered watering these because they're going to sit wet now for the night in the greenhouse. In fact, I might even leave this in here to dry out a bit. Okay, so I think that one's done roughly, so we'll get on with this one now. Let's see what we've got here. Just going to create some separation. I'm trying to even see what's going on, where I am with it. Got this branch off this variegated one back here. We can move that so we can see a bit better. I think this branch on this variegated one is kind of sticking out a bit too far. I'm going to bring it back in to there a bit. So it's not interfering with this one. I'm going to take this one back as well. It's got to be brought back more. This is kind of a twin trunk tree. A lot of internal leaves need taken off so we can actually see the structure of it. You can see the trunk, so can't really see the trunk on this one. Like I said, shouldn't have watered it. It's soaking wet. Okay. Take that one off altogether there. Okay, so that's cleaned up that little tree a bit more. This one is just, that was in that pot and it must have fallen over or something. And the pot straightened up because this is dried out. Put the actual plant is rooted into here. let's find maybe a bigger pot for it. Don't want a big pot. I've got plenty of these guys, so we don't need it. Something like that. We'll just put it into there for now. And we'll pass that properly in a while. It's just a little pot there. We'll put that out of the way. Okay, so this variegated one. Let's see what we can do here. These guys seem to grow very slow. Seems to be doing a lot better now. When I had it in a smaller pot, it was taking forever. It wasn't really, there was no movement off it at all. We have a branch from this one back here. I'm going to take that whole branch out. And a low one here, we'll get rid of that. Got to kind of work on all the trees at the same time, so you can actually see what you're doing. Don't know even if I want this branch, to be honest. Or do I just want to cut that one off? I think I will. I'll take that whole branch off as well. Just let it come up here and divide into two. We'll just nip them back there and there. Maybe there. And we'll just leave that little tree back there to grow. So this guy. Here more, this one back here more as well. Okay, so that's them sorted out. Got this little variegated one back here as well. I've got a lot of bar branching going on it, which I think I need to get rid of. See, this branch is too low, so I'll get rid of that branch anyway. And then this bar branch in here, we'll get rid of this inside one. I think I'm gonna have to get rid of this big one too, so that we've got stepped branches all the way around. And we'll just prune this top back a bit, like that. Fill out a bit, like that. Take that one back. That will do for that one. And these guys at the back here. I'm going to take off this branch, and what I'll do for now is I'll just take this one back to here, this one to here, leave it as a twin trunk, but that might end up as one trunk, but at least if there's two it'll help thicken it up quicker. This guy we need to reduce, take off all these lower branches. Maybe that one can stay. I've got this bar branching going on here as well. I'll take this one off because it's sticking out of the pot. And then again up here we'll just go there and there. Just let them fill out. This one, we'll leave this one a little bit longer. Take that one off. Again, this one's like a twin trunk. go to here with it, and I'll bring this one to here. Maybe we'll make that as a single trunk one day. Okay, so I think we're more or less done. That's about it really for it. Just gonna let it grow again now, fill out again. These are not really put in the place I wanted them, finished product. But for start, you can't even see the rock in there barely. But I just had to put them into a pot, so I just kind of spaced them out a bit, made them a bit of a landscapey looking thing. So I'll clean off the soil. Maybe we'll put some macadam on the top, just to clean it up a bit. I might scrape off some of this sand. Now that I put the sand on because it helps hold them in when they've no roots. So I might just scrape off the sand a bit and replace it with a bit of macadam that won't stay as wet as this. So I'll pause the video and we'll come back then when I've done that. Okay, for anybody that's worried about putting sand on, thinking it will wash down and clog up your soil, you can see where I've scraped off the sand. You can see the soil underneath is quite coarse, but the sand hasn't washed down through it. It just kind of seals itself on the top. And like that, when you're putting cuttings in without roots, I find it handy to use it. I'll just sprinkle a little bit of this on just to clean it up a bit. Again, I'm not overly fussy. This next year, this will probably be taken out and repotted up a little bit better. And I may add or subtract some trees from it, just to clean it up. It will be going in my shed for the winter when we're staying in the greenhouse. It'll be too wet in there all the time. So once it's in my shed under the grow lights for the winter, it should be okay. Okay, so that's that little one pruned up. So I'll go and get another tree now I want to show you, or another forest I want to show you. Okay, so this was some of you might remember this. This was a tree. I bought this tree for €1 at a car boot sale. I think it was €1, €2, and these were all cuttings I took off it, branches that I took off, and rather than just plant them in rows in a pot, I decided to make a bit of a landscape out of them, and I had them in a plastic tray. And then earlier this year I took them out and I put them into this to make a bit of a better kind of a landscape out of them. And as you can see, I think I lost one out of all the trees, all the branches that I cut off it. Oh, excuse me. But as you can see where they were bald on one side because of the way they were growing on the tree. And there's a couple at the front here which, like even that one's bald on one side. This was probably the only good one. But if you arrange them okay into a forest, they look alright. Do with a little bit of a pruning back up here at the top, the main tree. But this was a kind of a little bit of an experiment I did just to show what you can do with basically a €1 tree. Like that, rather than cutting off all the branches, throwing them away, or putting them in a tray and grow them as cuttings. You can always put them in a landscape. I have another one as well I've done, but they're all growing and everything, but it needs sorting out. They're just kind of, they're all leaning over. It's a different type of tree. Yeah, so I think this turned out quite well and it's grown quite good. I haven't really done any pruning of it as such yet, or any wire or anything. I may one day wire these branches down on the main tree, kind of have the lower ones wired down, and then kind of go kind of horizontal with these until you get up near the top. But that'll be coming when the tree's growing a bit better, a bit stronger. We're just letting it grow at the moment. Yeah, so I just wanted to show that one, and show you what you can do with just a cheap tree. A couple of rocks, just to add a bit of character to it. There was another tree in here, but I actually took it out because it was actually hiding the rock there, and I think the rock was just the one I found again, but it's got so much character in it, the way it's kind of got all the kind of crack lines across it, so to hide the rock wasn't doing it justice, so I just took that one out of there. I think it was that one, maybe it was that one, I can't remember, or maybe it was one of these at the back. It was one of them anyway, but yeah, so yeah, I just said I'd show you that, and like that, if you want to go back and look at my videos, I might have a playlist of it, I'm not sure, but maybe if I haven't, I'll make a playlist of it. I'll just add this into the playlist, just so you can watch its progress. So we'll leave it at that, and as always, thanks for watching guys, and we'll see you on the next one.